All right, I'm here at the Shiloh Museum of the Ozarks. I'm going to look at some of their displays here. The historian is not here today, and so, and access to the library, I may not have that today either. So I don't know. Haven't had very good success with museums. They're either always closed or the people that work there are off. Or even the people that work there are limited in details of certain information. But there is a display over here that is very interesting. I'm going to find out what this has. But this has Major William L. Lovely bought a huge tract of land from the Osage Indians in 1816 in an effort to settle conflict between the Osage and their Cherokee neighbors. A later treaty gave the land to the Cherokee, but white settlers wanted it for themselves and eventually got it. In 1827, Lovely County was formed, only to be split a year later. Much of it became part of Indian Territory, now Oklahoma, but a large chunk east of the border became Washington County, named for President George Washington. It's crazy how ruthless the settlers were, and one of the first things they always wanted to start was a church, but yet they killed the Indians to get land for a church. That's just crazy, backwards. Before white settlement, this area was, for a time, the hunting grounds of the Osage Indians who lived in present-day southern Missouri. They're starting to put, in Arkansas and the museums, they're starting to put information. You got half of it in English and then half of it in Spanish, which is just... I don't even know if any Mexicans that are interested in this history. That's a good picture of Elias Boudinot and John Ridge. Man, I was told there was a display here on the Trail of Tears. Some interesting tools. There's a razorback. Looks similar to a southwestern javelina. It's a little bigger, but javelina peccaries. This was a Ozark razorback. That's some interesting information there. Some of those frontier preachers were kind of wild and crazy. I forget that one guy's name that was a preacher out in New Mexico. Clay Allison. Go into bars and get drunk, shoot the place up, preach. He was either leaving Pecos, Texas, or going to Pecos, Texas, and fell off the wagon, and the wagon rode over his neck and broke his neck. Clay Allison. Some of these frontier preachers were definitely their own person for sure. Well, I do not see the display here for the Trail of Tears. I'll look around. Just a lot of typical Ozarks stuff. They're supposed to have a display in here. To be honest, museums don't impress me unless they have a really nice display of Native Americans that were in their area, because I firmly believe that American history without Native Americans is a distorted history. It's inaccurate. And a lot of the Christian homeschool curriculum uses, and other curriculum, educational curriculum, minimizes on Native American history, focuses on other stuff, but I'm not impressed with museums if there's not a Native American history display in it. That's just my biased prejudice. Especially here in the Ozarks. I mean, there's nothing here on the Osage. There's nothing here on the Cherokee. There's nothing here, hardly anything. Man, well,